Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. Here are 4 court shorts you probably didn't catch. First, Karen number 3 has made several appearances on Loud Talk with Mike. I'll see if I can track them down and link them in the description. But this could be the end of her era. And then finally, the last one, I was really pulling for the plaintiff. That tow company deserves a 1-star rating. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Joining me via Zoom from the Wexford County Jail is Mr. Christopher Antonio Cavazos. Sir, are you able to see and hear the court?
Yes, sir.
Also here before the court, sir?
Robert Racial, the Assistant Prosecutor from Saco County.
All right. Mr. Cavazos here is pro per. We are here today for the consideration on an application to set aside a prior conviction issued by this court back in 2020, and it was for an attempt possession of a firearm, looks like as a felon. And did we receive a report back at all from the, oh wait, hold on 1 second, I'm sorry, I forgot to grab the file.
Office did, Judge.
I received a letter. Oh, wait, there it is. We did receive a letter that was dated October 30th of this year from the an Assistant Attorney General, not submitting at that time any objection. And is there a prior report, any report from, oh wait, yes, there was. Sorry. The Michigan State Police Department filed a report with my office on November 6th, which would have been last Thursday, stating that there was no issues for the defendant's prior criminal history. However, for his eligibility, I mean. However, Mr. Ringstrom has filed an objection based upon the fact that the defendant is currently in pretrial custody over in Wexford County on some new charges. What is that charge, Mr. Ringstrom? I don't recall.
His new charges are capturing and distributing images of unclothed person, which is a felony, and computers using to commit a crime, which is felony. Children accosting for immoral purposes, which is a felony, and criminal sexual conduct 4th degree, victim 13 through 15.
And is there a habitual offender enhancement added to that?
I do not believe, I don't know, it is in Wexford, Your Honor, and the
Okay.
information I have before me, I would not
Okay.
be able to say that for sure.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Cavazos, that means we have somewhat of a predicament here today, because you have these other charges pending. Is there anything you wish to say at this time, sir? Hold on. Of course, you have the right to remain silent. I don't want you talking about the allegations pending over there in Wexford County. Please do not do that. You must have an attorney on that file, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you have an attorney, it's not proper for me to ask any questions, which of course I don't intend to. But I also don't want you to make any statement that could be used against you. But at least regarding this application, have you hired an attorney to try to help you on this?
I got a public defender for the case I'm on here in Wexford, but the one to set aside the convictions for that, this was prior to all this stuff going on, so I just will, I'll accept whatever you choose to do. I know I gotta have a clean record and not be in trouble and stuff like that, but I messed up. So
I'm sorry, go ahead, sir. I apologize for interrupting you.
So yeah, I mean, I messed up and I got in trouble. So I mean, if you choose to reject it, I 100% completely understand that. I know it's like a 5-year waiting period after that and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so hold on. Mr. Cavazos, there's a 5-year waiting period if something happens. What
Yes.
causes or triggers that? What causes or triggers that 5-year waiting period before you may resubmit? What do you think?
Deny it.
If I deny it, which means I issue a ruling.
Mhm.
So do you want me to issue a ruling? Or do you wish to withdraw your petition at this time before I issue a ruling? Wink,
I'd
wink.
like to withdraw it.
All right, there we go. The court will accept the petitioner's withdrawal and will not issue a ruling. That way, depending upon what happens in the other case, Mr. Cavazos, you may be able to bring this back up less than 5 years. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, sir. Thank you.
All right, good. Now, I wasn't trying to give you advice, but I could see even Mr. Ringstrom in here was smiling and he knew the answers as well. So, all right, thank you. The court therefore grants the withdrawal.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. We're adjourned.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hands down. So you're, I'm sorry, who's this gentleman?
This is Austin McDuffie, Judge, 2020.
Okay, so Mr. McDuffie, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Austin Hilliard McDuffie, 2025 CR 09784, marijuana 1 ounce or less, count 1, false name, address, or date of birth, count 2, false name, address, or date of birth, count 3. You're represented by the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what does Mr. Duffy plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he'll ask the court to take nolo pleas to counts 2 and 3. Count 1, the possession of marijuana charge is being null pros.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo to counts 2 and 3, count 1 will be null pros. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Judge, we don't mind stipulating to a factual basis. I think it's kind of on the pleadings as well.
Okay. Recommendation?
Yes, to count 1, the state is going to null pros. To count 2, it's 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served. Count 3 is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served, to run concurrently with count 2.
All right. Mr. McDuffie, I tell people all the time, these are the two dumbest cases you can get is false name, address, or date of birth. We can open phones with our face, sir. You don't think that they can figure out who you are? If you give them false name, address, or date of birth, you got fingerprints, you got face. They will figure it out. You spent time in jail for nothing. You understand? Don't do that again. How old are you?
21. I have 4 kids, ma'am.
You have what?
4 kids.
And you how old?
21.
Okay, so Mr. McDuffie, just between me and you, nobody else is listening. Your equipment works. You can stop trying to prove it. You are 21 years old. You are barely out of, you gonna miss the whole be wild in your 20s because you're gonna be too busy working a job supporting 4 kids. And you got 4 kids that need to be supported. That means money. That means time. That means attention. Mr. McDuffie, don't have no more kids right now. Condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. Your kids deserve to be taken care of. And at 21, it's hard to take care of yourself. Even if you got a good job, at 21, you're not established in that job such that you can rely that it's going to be there for the future. They need benefits. They need health care. They need food. They need attention. They need time. They need the person who's going to walk the floor with them when they're sick. That's a dad. And if you keep stacking babies up, they don't get the time and attention they need from a parent. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
We know you can make babies, but you don't have to keep making them.
Yes, ma'am.
Get some stability and get some stability for those kids. We clear? Because this foolishness right here, daddies don't do this. Daddies know that they got to be home. Daddies know that when the kids wake up, somebody's got to help feed them. This is baby daddy stuff. We don't do this. We clear? All right. So I'm going to accept the plea of no load accounts 2 and 3, 12 months, 30 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Mr. McDuffie, I'm promising you, it is so much easier to make them than it is to raise them. It's too easy to make them, and it's too hard to raise them to be good, upstanding people who not just contribute to life, but also have a good life. If you want your kids to have a good life, you got to set that foundation for them. And at 21, that's hard. That's hard. It's real nice to have them sweet little smelling babies, but raising them is where the rubber meets the road. You got me? Don't have no more babies right now. All right. Bye, sir.
For Karen Killian.
Yes.
Good morning. We are on the record in case number 25-5493 SM. You're appearing for arraignment purposes this morning. You're appearing with Ms. Mistely, the defense attorney available through the Indigent Defense Council here to assist you. Ms. Mistely, did you have opportunity to review allegations on the complaint, nature of the offenses, and possible maximum penalties with Ms. Killian?
I did, and we will waive a formal reading of that misdemeanor complaint and enter pleas of not guilty. Ms. Killian is requesting the assignment of counsel. I believe that Mr. Travis is currently representing Ms. Killian on another misdemeanor case.
Thank you. So in order to complete a petition for court-appointed attorney, I need to place you under oath and ask you some questions. Would you please raise your right hand? And you swear that the information you're about to give me will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, and you're welcome to lower your, thank you. You're welcome to lower your hand. And your mailing address, please.
But
And
this,
go ahead.
I'm sorry to speak over you, ma'am, but this home will no longer be mine as of this Friday.
Okay, so do you know what other address you'll be at?
I'm purchasing a business in northern Minnesota. I'm supposed to be moving to in Virginia, Minnesota. I'm moving home. I haven't lived in Minnesota for 32 years, but I cannot feel safe this close to my ex-husband.
Are you employed?
I'm self-employed. I'm a writer.
And what is your average take-home pay?
Well, I have been really struggling to complete my work in the last year. I also have a hard time answering that question, ma'am, because I graduated from graduate school in 2022 and left my husband at the same time. In the first year that we were separated, I made about $80,000 in a year. I have not been able to work in the last year, though, because I'm really struggling with PTSD. I'm having a hard time functioning. And so I'm buying this building so I can open a bookstore and finish the book that I was paid to write a year ago that was due in March of 2024. I'm a year late for a book for my client, David Crow, that I was under contract to finish by March of 2024. And I'm having a hard time working under the conditions that I'm currently living in.
Okay. So right now, do you have any money in a checking account or savings account, any cash on hand, or any digital currency?
In this moment, I do not, but my house will be sold on Friday. And that's all the money I have in the world. I had to borrow money from my 18-year-old child to get through the month of August. Because
Okay.
I don't even, like, I don't even,
Okay, Ms.
I've been
Killian,
so
Ms.
frozen. I'm
Killian,
just so scared.
that's okay. The magistrate's just trying to determine right now whether or not
I have
you
no money.
qualify.
I don't have enough money. My phone isn't on because I don't have enough money to pay my bills right now.
Okay.
I have internet still, but I don't have, my cell phone isn't functioning at the moment. And I have to pay
We will
DTE.
appoint an attorney for you. We will note that Mr. Travis is currently representing you in another case. I can't guarantee that he will also be assigned in this case, but I'm certain that the assignment, people will do their best. The next step in the process is a pretrial conference. In this case, that pretrial conference will be scheduled for September 23rd. It will be at 9:30 a.m. in person. So you'll need to make sure that you're discussing with your attorney the issues with regard to your move. I'm going to allow you to leave the state of Michigan. However, that's with the understanding that you must make your appearances here in person whenever ordered to do so by the court. Okay, so for right now, we're going to mail you the notice of that date and time of the pretrial, but you're going to hear from your court-appointed attorney by the middle of next week. So again, you can discuss with the attorney your move and see what your attorney is able to do with regard to maybe adjourning that date or figuring out another way, okay?
Okay.
So just work with your attorney and see what your attorney can come up with.
Okay.
I show that you were released without posting bond. I'm going to place you on a $2,500 personal recognizance bond. So it is a PR bond. You don't need to post any money, but it's your promise. You'll be at every court appearance and that you would abide by the conditions of the bond. Conditions of the bond are that you may have no threatening, intimidating, harassing, or violent behavior towards any person. You'll be respectful of all court employees and care providers during the course of your case.
Yes, I'm sorry, my dog is whining.
That's a good dog.
I'm very scared all the time. It's hard to be this scared and this isolated from my family.
I'm glad that you'll be moving, right? So you're addressing it and you're going to be able to be with your family and go home. So that should be very helpful for you.
But my 14-year-old child is trapped in his house. And
Okay, Ms. Killian, we can't get into that on the record, okay?
I know, but I have to ask a question. Is it possible to talk about the fact that one of these officers in this case?
No, don't talk about the facts of this case, ma'am. We're on the record. The whole world can see this. You're gonna talk to your attorney about all the facts. Remember, we talked about that.
I don't trust him.
So if you don't want us to put down Mr. Travis, we won't do that. But he currently represents you and so has a pretty good understanding of your situation.
He does represent me. He does refuse to listen to me. Thank you.
Okay.
Would you like us to ask for a female attorney?
I would, please.
Okay.
So I can note that you would prefer a female attorney. Again, however, I can't guarantee that will happen. But the assignment clerk, I'm sure will do their best as well.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a call for you, Ms. Killian, okay? To the office that makes the assignments.
Thank you.
So when your address changes, and if you get a different phone number and any contact information is different, you have to immediately notify the 86th District Court because we have to mail you information as well. So make sure that So that's where we will mail the notice regarding the pretrial conference. That's where you'll probably get information from a court-appointed attorney. And if you're going to be here until the 20th, I'm going to reschedule or change that date for your pretrial conference to the 16th. So let's move that back to September 16th. So you wouldn't have to adjourn it or make other arrangements. You'll still be in this area. I thought you were leaving on Friday. And so, there was no way that we could schedule it before Friday, but we can schedule it before the 20th for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm fortunate to have a little bit of time after the property transfer happens, but I'll no longer own this
Okay.
house as of Friday.
Okay, very good. Do you have any other questions?
I have so many questions, but no, not right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your appearance this morning. And for right now, we will see you here on the 16th. And you are free to leave this meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, Ms. Killian.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Policy number 41 tow 25000013. Lee Aaron Villarreal versus Big State Records, the landing apartments. Okay. Good morning. If y'all can sit at the tables if you would like.
Thank you.
Okay, so Leanne Villarreal?
I'm Lee.
Lee, okay. Oh, Lee Aaron, sorry. I don't know why I'm saying Leanne. Lee Aaron Villarreal, okay. All right. Mr. Villarreal? This is your case, so tell me what's going on.
So yes, that evening I was going to go do laundry at a laundromat, and I called my friend because I was falling asleep. I was like, "Hey, do you mind just coming with me real quick? Because I didn't want to pass out, while doing the laundry because you get bored, and I'd be late to go pick up my dad to take him to work because he goes to work at 3 in the morning." So when I got there, I parked right next to her building, and it has the stairway that comes down. She's on the second floor, and I'm literally on the other side of that in the second space over. I was getting out of the car. Their employee, the tow guy, I guess the one that walks the property, he saw me. I acknowledged him. I was like, "How are you doing?" And he, kept walking, but he did give me eye contact. And then as I was pulling out my walker, I walked around the vehicle, and he came from the other side, and he saw me again. And I said, "Have a good evening." And, I just do that to people, just to let them know that I'm aware of my surroundings, because I want them to think of an easy target, period. So I got up the stairs, and it's real simple for me to go up the stairs. I just put this all over my neck like a necklace and just pulled myself up, got to the first door, knocked, she let me in, used the bathroom real quick, walked back outside, and the car was gone. I mean, that's how long it took. I mean, I wasn't even in there for just 2-3 minutes, and the car was gone.
And was it a no parking zone?
No, it was not.
So you parked at, are you saying you parked at an apartment? Is it an
I parked
apartment?
inside the property of the apartment complex, and where
Do you live there?
I don't live there.
That was one of your friends?
Yes. And I just parked there for just a quick minute because I didn't think that there would be any reason to tow me because it wasn't covered parking. It didn't have a number on the parking space, which I have photos of all of that.
Okay.
And I did have my decal for handicap sign on there hanging from my rearview mirror, but there's only one parking space for like 10 buildings in the front property. You got to walk all the way to the back. And that would be way too far for me to walk just to, get her real quick, just to leave, and that's ridiculous just at that itself, because you would think they would have more parking spaces. But I do have pictures as well of how they have their parking spaces and how they have their towing signs. In fact, I also brought one of their signs. Now, this is the sign from the property that they have. For hours, I was calling the number that's listed on here. They later covered it up with tape. It's like that metallic tape. And so I was calling the wrong towing company for hours trying to get the car back. There was no sign anywhere that states either this towing company, which is Atlas Company, Towers, or their company. When I spoke to the guy, when I actually finally got there 6 hours later, when I talked to him, he goes, "Oh, there's no signs there?" And I go, "No, there's not." I didn't even realize that there was a sign with the number period because my friend, she's the one that found it because she walked the entire property looking for something to indicate that who took the vehicle, because we weren't sure if my car was actually stolen or if it was towed. Because it's just still like in less than 5 minutes, there's no reason for the car to have been towed, especially when the guy knows that one, I was disabled for one, and two, there's only one parking spot, handicap parking spot. Where else was I really supposed to park? Outside the property and walk in?
Okay. And you parked in the visitor area, or it didn't say anything?
doesn't say
No
anything.
restrictions.
No, there's not. There is a number on the vehicle that's to the right of that space, but then the rest of them are free, like for the next three, and then there are a couple numbers on those. But the ones that are there, I do believe that those are for people to just come and go as they need to. There's not a reserved spot for those.
Okay.
And it's the little like maintenance hut, little where they
Can I
house
see your
stuff.
pictures,
Yes, ma'am.
please? And will you show them to
Maribel.
Maribel,
Yes.
please, first, and then I'll look at them.
Sure, of course, not a problem. Okay, and all she has to do is just slide to the right because they're all in the same, album. And also they do not like some apartment complexes, they do have like a little QR code where you can scan it and register your vehicle. So that way you don't get your vehicle towed.
Mhm.
They do not offer that there at the apartment complex. And when I was trying to get the vehicle back and speaking with the guy, I had my friend's mother, because it's her apartment, she called the office to see what we could do. And she goes, "Oh, we're not going to get involved with that." So they just dropped the whole thing. They're like, "We're not getting involved with that."
I don't see any sign or anything that says you can't park there.
Your Honor, may I speak? I guess once we,
Yes, did you have anything else you would like to tell the court?
Are you asking me? Yeah, well, just the sheer fact that, you see somebody that already has, problems, with their ambulation and getting around in general, you think it's going to be easy for that person to go and get their vehicle back? As it was, I fell going to the back of their property to go get my car because of all the rocks back there. They got stuck in the wheels and I fell forward. He didn't seem to care about that either.
Yeah, I see that there's, okay. I mean, it doesn't have, any kind of sign saying you can't park there or you'll be towed. Any of these pictures, none of them have that. A sign like that. I mean, so you can't have visitors at that place or what? That doesn't make any
Some of his
sense.
pictures, there are signage for visitor parking. And I was just waiting for him to finish so I could. If you're looking at those pictures, there's signs posted where it says visitor parking.
Yes, here
Yeah.
on the
So those are
fence.
visitor parkings for, visitors or, people who do not have a permit. Unfortunately, I mean, he had a handicap placard, but he was not parked in a handicap park space. Whether it was taken or not, I mean, we only enforce the rules. And so if he doesn't have a handicap placard and that doesn't justify, one of the things that we do, obviously, we're the agent. We're hired to enforce the parking rules. The property did have a signage. I don't know if Mr. Lee just avoided where the signs posted, which is the law, that we have to have signs at the entrances, the exits of the property. So sometimes, I mean, I don't know if where he
That's in
took
my
those
photo.
pictures. But
Mhm.
we've been patrolling the property since 2020. If he got told it was not a handicap placard, it was because he didn't have a parking permit. That's that, and I have an invoice right here. On August the 8th at 3 AM, he was impounded for no parking permit. So it wasn't that he was parked in a handicap parking space, it's just that it's required for them to park in a visitor parking, which he shows with his pictures. They're posted on the wall that this is a visitor parking space. So this is something that unfortunately he didn't have, that's what the property requires for them to have a parking permit. And the picture, did you share? Okay, it says it on there.
May I say something? The gentleman that I dealt with the entire time, he had told me that had I been parked in the handicap parking space, that one handicap parking space that's up at the front, I would not have been towed. That's not a designated area for visitor parking. That's the only handicap parking spots in the front. And that's not sufficient for people with disabilities. Help, my friend who lives there, she's disabled. Her mother's disabled. Like, we all have our disabilities. So, for one parking space, I can't walk that far. So to be expected to walk from one end of the property to the other, that's, I don't feel like that's something that's appropriate. And I know she's enforcing their like rule or regulation or whatever, but what's the difference from me parking right there where there's no signage that doesn't designate that where I'm parked is for reserved parking spaces or not reserved or whatever, that's not covered. It's a free parking space in my opinion, because it looks just like the rest of it as you drive in the property. And he told me if I was in the handicap parking space, I would have been just fine. He wouldn't have towed me. Well, pretty much anywhere I park is a handicap parking space, in essence, because of the handicap sign. So had I been parked over there, there would have been no problem. Just, another 100 feet.
And I have photographs where he wasn't parked in a handicap parking space and
No, he
didn't have-
said he's not.
Yeah,
He told
and it just shows he doesn't have a visitor parking and it's unfortunate, but I mean, we're just hired to, implement the rules of the
At 3
property.
o'clock in the morning, are y'all
We're
open?
It's 24 hours, yes. We're 24 hours. So the property,
Well, it would have been nice to have actually known what company took my vehicle, because for 6 hours I didn't know.
well, there's a signage in the front. I don't know
This is the
exactly.
sign.
I don't know where you put that one out from, sir, but we've had the property since 2020,
You don't have a sign that shows y'all's name on
Pounded.
there.
Okay, y'all don't talk to each other.
2025. So we've been enforcing the parking rules for over 5 years.
And y'all tow a car that's just been parked there for 5 minutes?
It's not that it's 5 minutes, ma'am. We don't know how long they've been parked there. I mean, he may be stating that the driver was there, but it's a she say, I don't know that he was there. He's saying that the driver was there. I don't know, ma'am. I'm not the one that's doing the towing, but they're allowed to patrol the property. One of the things is that if they do 24 hours, we'll do a drive during the day, a drive during the night, and then move on to the next property. So it could be a different.
My question was, could he have, at 3 o'clock in the morning, or 2, whatever it was the office open so he could get a visitor's parking pass?
There's signage where it says visitors, as the pictures that he showed, it says visitors. He took quite a bit of pictures where they're on the
I
side.
did see that, but he can't walk that far.
Those
So
are the-
was the apartment office open where he could have gotten a visitor?
They're open for normal business hours, but
Okay.
those rules are communicated to the person that leases property. He doesn't live there. Obviously, he's a visitor, but it was a responsibility of the person that he's visiting to inform him the parking rules of an establishment. The law requires, in order for somebody to be towed, to post those signage, and if those signage are posted, you're going into private property, there's rules there. And you have to follow them. And I understand, I mean, unfortunately, I know that he has a disability. I'm not trying to be ugly, but those are the rules of the establishment. If we do not enforce them and we give priority to him because, okay, well, we're gonna give him a break, whatever you do for one, you have to do for everyone else. It's part of the rules for the Housing Act. I'm sorry, I know it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I don't know how many, he's claiming there's 1 handicap parking spaces. I'm not the property manager. If I were there and I could walk around, I could come back prepared to say, hey, there's not just 1, there's 4 for, I don't know what the capacity is for that apartment community. We hand over, 100 properties. It'd be hard for me to remember all that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I get it. All right. Unfortunately,
Thank you, sir.
this is going to be a take nothing because
Is there a possibility to actually get the guy that actually towed me? Cause to ask him what was his mindset, why was he why he went
Could've-
on
Well,
ahead.
you could have subpoenaed him, I guess, and got him in here today or got
I
him to
didn't
give
know
a
how to,
statement.
to do all of that, to be
Yeah.
honest.
So, this is a take nothing. I mean, it is, I can't go on sympathy. I have to go on the law. And like she said, they did have parking, visitor parking. I know it was far away. When you go visit your friend, you need to park in that visitor parking.
Oh, no, I actually park in the handicap spot now, but it's
Or the
right next to the
handicap spot.
office. That's right there. Cause it's literally right there.
Yeah. So, it's a take nothing, but you do have 21 days to appeal my decision if you'd like to appeal it to a higher court. Okay?
Thank you so
luck
much,
to
Your
y'all.
Honor.
Okay, a question, with the appeal, can that, then I can subpoena, the guy or?
I can't give you legal advice from the bench. So
Okay.
sorry, you would
Okay,
have
no
to hire
problem.
an attorney or talk to one of the clerks.
Not a problem. Appreciate
Thank you so much.
Do I get a document here or I wait?
We'll mail it.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. You have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right.
She's
Is
in
everything for
charge
the
of
day?
that.
Is everything for the day?
Yes.
All right,
you.
thank you.